Twitch versus YouTube streaming revenue.
I see people debate a lot what's better to stream on YouTube or Twitch, and it's a question I get asked a lot because I'm like Constantine, the man who walks between worlds here, because I stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time.
Right.
I multi-stream. I am the future. I'm the chimera. There's pros and cons to each platform, but if you do both of them at the same time, you create the perfect stew. It's the chemical X to streaming. I have said since switching to multi-streaming, every single person should be multi-streaming. Contracts don't exist anymore except for on Kick, and even that I think is gone. There are no Twitch contracts. There are no YouTube contracts. They've gone extinct, like the saber-toothed tiger. You know, like they have wiped their ass with contracts to creators. So I think you are making a big mistake if you just marry yourself to one of those platforms instead of just doing both, because you can. When people talk about this,
I think that's true, and it's also not true. I think that on YouTube it's definitely true. On Twitch, I think it's less true. So the reason why I think it's less true with Twitch is because of the way that the discovery on Twitch works. So, for example, if you're looking for the top streams right now, well, you would see me right here on the top row. Like, I would be right here on the top, and my content would be elevated above other people's because of my current placement in the directory. But the difference is that if I had my viewers split between YouTube and Twitch, and be aware that anybody doing this, you will have people, your viewership will be lower if you stream on both platforms at the same time. Because some people will choose to go on one platform and some people will choose to go on another platform. You might have it higher over, like let's say, you have instead of 20K on one platform, you have 15K on two platforms, right? It might be more, but there's still, a lower amount, right, with discovery. So it really depends on where you're at. That's an assumption. Well, what I'm saying is that on Twitch has a snowball effect that causes people who are getting a lot of viewers to get more viewers.
Subject, they only give like the basic rundown, like the nutsack summary of pros and cons. I haven't seen anyone really go over numbers. I'm going to go over numbers.
Ooh.
And I really think that the numbers here tell a very complete story of why multi-streaming should be the norm for streamers. It's in their best interest.
All right,
and for
let's see
viewers
the
too,
numbers.
because then viewers have a choice on, do they want to watch it on Twitch where they're going to have a much more interactive chat experience, or do they want to watch it on YouTube where they don't care about the chat experience because it's a lot more dog shitty there. It's basically non-existent chat culture on YouTube streaming, but the playback is a lot smoother, a lot higher quality, and you can rewind it, which is a nice quality of life change. Also, it's a lot better on mobile. Twitch on mobile has been a fucking disaster for me for as long as I've tried to watch Twitch on my phone. Also, the ads on Twitch, they're getting outrageous. YouTube streaming doesn't have nearly as many ads, which is a nice breath of fresh air.
Twitch ads, so let me actually look and see for myself. Oh, it's gone up a little bit. But like for a while, Twitch was going down. Because I do feel like ad density has caused people to like maybe move away a little bit. But from what I've discovered and from what I've seen, I haven't been able to observe that. So it's hard really for me to say. Why don't you have ads? Basically what happened is that I didn't have ads on my channel. And then Twitch said, well, now you have to have ads on your channel. I said, okay, that's fine. And so then I got ads taken off of Twitch entirely. And so now we don't have ads anymore. Yeah, so there it is.
Like, there are real pros and cons to both, but these are just the basics. And these talking points have been worn out more than my bussy after eating anything with spice in it. So I'm not just going to be Baby Bird vomiting the same talking points you've heard a million times. Instead, I want to show you the numbers.
Okay,
I want to bring up my biggest, most profitable stream I ever did on Twitch and then break it down a little bit. It was in 2022 when Moist Esports won the Rocket League Major, the Spring Major. Still one of the best moments I've ever had streaming. I peaked at 75,000 live viewers. It was a very long stream that I did, and it took home 11.7K for that whole stream. Roughly 2,000 subs, but most of it came through ads, and most of those subs were primes. Subbing on Twitch is far more common than members joining on YouTube. Membership on YouTube is the equivalent of a Twitch sub, where someone on YouTube pays $1. So like
it's not that much, to be honest. Well, I'll show you the day that I had. If you look at, for me, I can't show YouTube, by the way. I apologize, I can't show YouTube. But yeah, 56,000. But that was a lot of gifty boys, right? A lot of gifted subs, a lot of that. But even Prime subs was 13,000. And so that was a whole lot. But even like both of our numbers are low compared to somebody who's spamming ads. So like, and there's one component to this that I think matters a lot is ad density, because I remember seeing some of the FaZe guys and their payouts, and they had really big payouts because of their ad density and how many ads they were running.
One sub on YouTube for my channel is $1. On Twitch, the minimum's $5, but it's the same concept. You pay money and it's a subscription basically. And that is so much more common on Twitch. So 2,000 subs on that Twitch stream is more than I've ever got through a YouTube live stream by a large
I'm not
margin.
surprised.
And 11.7K is the most profitable stream I ever had in my entire 7 years on Twitch. I actually streamed on Justin TV before it came. Before it became Twitch, I used to do like World at War Zombies on there and shit. But then I took like a long hiatus and then came back in like 2016. But this was the biggest stream I've ever done.
Right.
I then switched to multi-streaming last year.
Okay.
And what I've learned is Twitch is much higher potential to earn money while live than YouTube. And it's because of things like the Twitch Primes, which have become a pretty integral part of the Twitch ecosystem, and ads. Twitch actually has more ads than YouTube, and thus, since more ads are playing, that's more money being generated from those ads to the streamers.
Sure.
There's so fucking many ads on Twitch. They pump ads out the wazoo, and they are so intrusive. I wouldn't be surprised if...
Should I say this? I remember I was talking with Schlatt, and he was showing me, because he would do long-form videos and put tons of ads in them with his YouTube videos. Absolutely fucking farming. Massively fucking farming, right? And so people, you can do the same thing on Twitch. Like if you spam ads, you can make so much fucking money if you spam ads. Like there's people that are making the majority of their revenue from just spamming ads. So like if you do, I think that like you really have to compare the amount of ads that you're spamming and the amount of like ads that you're running. Because like there are some people that don't really run any ads. Like for example, like me, Hassan, a few other people don't really run any ads. But there's other people that run ads all the time. Like I know Kai runs ads a lot. You know, like Lacey runs ads a lot. Tons of people run ads a lot. And so Flats Overwatch does ads. Well, yeah, right. And so Imaru spams ads. I have no idea. But like what I'm saying is that Thor does it, Ninja does it. I'm not sure. But my point is that a lot of people do it, and the reason why they're doing it is it makes a lot of money. But you can also put the ads in your YouTube as well. So it depends on the ad density.
Years, Twitch integrates a system into their player
Russell
that has
spams
like eye
ads.
tracking capability. So if a viewer looks away during an ad break, it'll pause the ad till their eyes are glued right back to it to finish the ad. It's brutal.
Yeah, it's so fucking annoying, man. Yeah, and doesn't that bite you in the long run as a streamer, that is? I have seen no evidence so far that a streamer has had a long-term decrease in viewership because of a low amount of ads. Or sorry, a high amount of ads. I haven't seen any evidence for that. Now, obviously, people can give personal testimony, but that doesn't really matter a lot to me than statistics, right? And so, like, I haven't seen that happen yet. Well, yeah, I mean, it's been going on for 4 years. I think that we probably would have seen it happen. But yeah, because you leave and come back and the ads aren't that bad. Yeah, basically. I disagree. I will literally click off the stream if I have 8 ads. You disagree with my general statement by asserting your personal anecdote? Okay, thanks a lot. Really appreciate your input. So yeah, anyway, I haven't seen any evidence this happens in the big picture.
It does have higher earning potential while live for those streamers that have all of these ad breaks that are going on. So Twitch has a higher earning potential through live content.
Right.
And the VODs on Twitch don't make any money. Like, they just don't. I don't even know if they're fucking monetized. And if they are, I don't know if streamers even see.
Everything about VODs on Twitch is bad. Discovery for them is bad. Playback for them is bad. Chat playback for them is bad. The quality is bad. The payouts or everything about them is bad.
A penny of that. Like, not a single one of those fucking clams makes it to a streamer's pockets through the VODs. But on YouTube, it's a totally different story. My most successful stream on YouTube isn't the one I just had at the Game Awards with over 110,000 live viewers, which is my biggest stream by viewer metrics.
Damn.
The most profitable stream I've ever done, the most profitable anything I've ever done is this stream right here, my Starfield stream.
I'm playing Starfield now. Look at his fucking face. That's the way I felt playing the game, too. It's perfect. Oh, God. Fucking Starfield.
During the stream, I had 31,000 average viewers with a peak of 38K, which is a big stream. That is a big stream for me. It's actually more average viewers than the Rocket League one. But the Rocket League stream not only was a longer stream, but had a higher peak, and thus you would expect make more money because of the ads and the subs that came through.
Sure.
Well, what if I told you that's not the fucking case when it comes to YouTube streaming? Because this Starfield video actually made $84,000. 84,000 doubloons for a 4-hour stream just playing mid-poop-ass Starfield. The actual... Like, this was like an insomnia, try not to fall asleep...
It's at $84,000, dude.
That's crazy.
Challenge, basically. $84,000. And it's not because the 31,000 viewers all of a sudden just started, buying memberships
Well,
or donating.
you can see right there how you make money. It's all from the ads. 79,000 was all from ads.
Tons and tons of money. This wasn't like the biggest documented case of credit card fraud and money laundering that the internet's ever seen. In fact, the live stream itself made 1.6K on ads, and the other $78,000 came from the VOD and the ads that...
Man, we got a lot of those, huh? How's the Astrobot video doing? Man, 928,000. Man, that's a lot. He basically got paid to play Starfield? Yeah. Well, let me see. I don't think my Starfield video did that well, right? It's probably, it's all just me talking shit about Starfield. Asmon plays Starfield for the first time. It's a 15-hour video, and it's me sad with 200,000 views. Starfield is pure trash. Starfield is trash. Streamers Starfield review. Anon's brutal review. Bro. We farmed the shit out of that, huh?
That played during a VOD. Now, the membership number there, the 2.4K, a lot of those memberships were just from people watching the VOD and then buying a membership, not them doing it while it was live.
Yeah, sure.
Also, the supers and gifts, I'm pretty sure that is live. So you can add the 1.6K plus the 1.6K on the supers.
That's
so
a lot.
1.6K from the live ads plus the super chats. And let's just go ahead and be generous and say, like, the live stream, while it was live, made 4K. The other $80,000 came from the VOD. This isn't some, like, rare mutation here, like a fucking X-Men of analytics. This isn't some fringe outlier isolated case. This is the way that YouTube streaming is optimized. YouTube streaming is kind of just an afterthought for the platform. YouTube is...
I have a conspiracy theory that YouTube actually doesn't want streaming to be popular because there's been people that have, technically crunched the numbers, and they realize that everybody who's streaming on YouTube is actually costing YouTube more money than it makes them. So that's why YouTube doesn't actually promote streaming. It's not because they don't want to or they're stupid. It's because they actually don't want you to stream, but they have to pretend like you can stream. That's the only way it can make sense to me. Nothing else makes sense. Check speeds, live stream VODs? Oh, probably massive.
It's always been about VODs, the videos itself. So when you finish a stream, it becomes a VOD, and that enters into the YouTube algorithm. And YouTube is extremely efficient at monetizing VODs. So finishing a 4-hour Starfield stream, it immediately saved as a VOD and made tons and tons of money through the VOD. Whereas on Twitch... I don't even think VODs are monetized, and if they are, it's not the creators making the money from the VODs, I don't think. YouTube is a totally different story. You don't make as much money while you are live from people buying memberships or donating money or anything like that, and their ads aren't that frequent on YouTube live streams.
This is the reason why I do it the way I do it. And so the reason why is that I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. And since I cover a lot of controversial and edgy stuff, what I do is I upload onto Twitch, and then we make sure that we edit everything to make sure that anything going on YouTube isn't problematic or there's nothing wrong with it. So that's really the reason why, because like I agree with this. I don't know like really if live streaming is the right option, but I think that making sure that you're uploading on both platforms definitely is. Yeah, stream on Twitch and then upload to YouTube. That's what I do. Is Twitch not losing tons of money by not properly pushing VODs? I bet they are.
But what you miss in live revenue, you make up for with VOD revenue 10 times over. What I showed you with the Rocket League stream was my biggest, most profitable Twitch stream I ever did.
Yeah.
So even when I was a daily streamer for like 6 to 8 hours a day for years,
That's
averaging between 10 to 20,000 viewers, fluctuating, I would usually be making between 4 to 6K a day. And that was
Decent.
like the norm,
Yeah.
with the occasional peak going up to like 8 or 9, and then that being the biggest at over 11. But right now, my viewership combined on YouTube and Twitch is higher than it ever was on just Twitch. On YouTube, I average between 10 to 12.
What's the point? Yeah, no, I mean, if you, it's the same as like any entertainment industry where you're getting paid based off of scale, that people make a lot of money, right? That's just it. Now, the thing is that, and this is the problem, is like some people will watch a video like this and be like, okay, well, all I need to do is make $300 a day and I'll be rich, right? I'll be fine. It's very much like a super, super unlikely outcome, right? So yeah, that's down broke. Yeah, exactly, right? Well, I see people say that a lot. They're like, oh, that's easy. All I have to do is stream video games and I'm going to be a millionaire. And people start streaming and they don't become millionaires, right? It's not so good.
Okay, a stream, and on Twitch it's between like 5 and 6K.
Yeah.
It really just kind of depends on what I'm doing at the time. But on Twitch, you'll make more money while live and make nothing once the stream ends.
Sure.
On YouTube, you'll make less money while live and then could make 5 times as much from just the VOD. On Twitch, when the stream ends, it's basically forgotten. That's lost media at that point because no one's fucking watching Twitch VODs, it seems.
That's the big issue that a lot of streamers don't do, is that any streamer that exists only on Twitch will eventually, in my opinion, become irrelevant. And I think this has happened with a lot of people, and like their popularity was really high on Twitch, and then eventually people just kind of lost interest on them because they weren't on other platforms as well. And they don't achieve, they don't hit that higher level. And you have to be uploading on YouTube and on other platforms too, like Twitter, etc. It's hard to stay relevant. Well, it especially is on Twitch, because when you're not online, you don't exist. Whereas on YouTube, you can go back and watch a video that somebody did 2 years ago, and it's just as relevant as it is when it happened. So like in a way, right? In a way. And so that's what happens. You just have to be lucky. That's it. I think there's a lot of factors that are involved, but like what I'm saying is that if you don't put your content on other platforms and try to grow other platforms, you're doing yourself a massive disservice.
On YouTube, when the stream ends, well, now the journey's just begun. Like, now, there's no telling what that can generate. Like, take this for example. This was a very normal, pretty low-key stream. I was just replaying Gears of War, one of the most important games in my life. This wasn't a brand new, hot release that would be, like, algorithmically successful. Like, it's not like something the algorithm will be salivating over, pushing out a Gears of War live stream. Gears of War is older than the hair on your grandma's titty nipple. Like, this is one of those streams where I do just because I really wanted to replay this game. And you can see my average viewers were 10,000, which is normal. That's a pretty normal stream for me on YouTube. But the VOD now has 1.6 million views and has made over $20,000.
Damn.
And of course, I was multi-streaming, so I can pull the Twitch data as well here. This exact same stream made $1.4 thousand on Twitch.
Imagine only making $1,000, $1,400 in a day for a stream. Bro, you're basically broke. You might as well go be a mailman. What's this? Come on.
Difference is substantial. Now you can see again here in the data, the live revenue 802 while live here, plus again, memberships and supers aren't really indicative to what was live, because some of those could have been from people watching the VOD, and it calculates here post-VOD.
Yeah.
But regardless, you can see that the live revenue was less on YouTube than it was Twitch, but the overall revenue is substantially higher on YouTube because of the VODs, which is something Twitch just doesn't really have, which is why I think you should just do both. Your potential to earn while live is much higher on Twitch, but your potential to earn through VODs is astronomically higher on YouTube. So you're really doing yourself a disservice if you don't just do both. And again, it is...
Yeah, that's what happens. Like, I see plenty of streamers. Like, I could pull up YouTube's and I could start pulling names, and I got a list of people that, you know, invested only into making Twitch content, and they totally fell off. That's it. Charlie is a big YouTuber first, though. Everybody knows Penguin Zero from back in the day. Well, okay, so yes, obviously being a big creator makes a difference, but what he's saying is that this is at scale. So, like, if you scale the numbers down to being a smaller content creator, this disparity still exists. It just doesn't have a 0 at the end of it.
A positive for viewers too, because they'll be able to choose the platform they want to watch on, as opposed to having to roll their eyes and be like, oh, my favorite streamer's on YouTube.
Yeah.
I hate the fucking chat there, but whatever. I guess I'll watch, or maybe I won't. I really hate YouTube streams, or vice versa. Oh, man, my favorite streamer's only on Twitch. He went from YouTube to Twitch, and I just don't like Twitch. I'm not a fan of it, and I guess I'm just not going to watch it anymore. I'll just wait for the VODs on YouTube when he posts the clips. Like, now they have the option of just being on what platform they want to watch the stream.
It's a really good point that it's better for users to you're on both platforms. It's like, because they don't have to decide. Like, for me, I don't think I'm going to stream onto YouTube because it's an all your eggs in one basket type situation, and I cover so many, like, controversial topics, I don't want to get in trouble. But otherwise, yeah, that's why we upload everything to YouTube. I think
a lot of streamers that are making the switch to multi-streaming, I just really think this should just be common practice for anyone who streams, because there's no reason not to. There is no exclusive contracts anymore. They're gone. Poof, they've vanished.
They'll come back. They'll come back. Because they came back once, they'll come back again. People in markets become antsy, and it'll happen again. Because things change.
That's great for streamers and viewers alike, honestly.
And there are people that still do get contracts.
Were the future for streams, but that was until I realized just how efficient multi-streaming is from both a streamer and viewer
The reason
side.
why contracts went away is because Twitch realized that it doesn't have to pay people to stay. That's the reason why. And also, a lot of content creators don't really bring their audience with them in a lot of cases. Because, like, most of the people that they paid money for contracts for, like Ninja or like anybody else, I think Ninja is the first example, like Ninja totally fell off, right? And so you have people that go over, it's like if you transplant the biggest tree in a forest to a desert, the tree's going to die, even though it was the biggest tree in the forest, because there needs to be an ecosystem that keeps that tree alive. The tree can't just survive by itself. And so, like, these other platforms don't have that ecosystem in the way that Twitch does, and that's why you see Twitch, that it just has this position, right? That's it. Ninja was massive. Yeah, exactly. Myth. Yeah, look at Myth, right? Myth was really popular on Twitch, and then he went to YouTube, and he got like 100 viewers. And so it happened with tons of people.
There are just endless examples I can give in my time multi-streaming. Like, here's another super normal one of me playing an indie game that I really like called Another Crab's Treasure. Fucking Crab Souls. Absolute banger of a game. But it's not like this stream was doing crazy numbers, right? Like, the movement on this stream wasn't anything, you know, unfathomable. Average 13K viewers. But the VOD now has over 2 million views, and it's made over $30,000.
Big money.
And to show this same stream what it did on Twitch, the numbers that it put up over there, it did 1.3K during the live stream, and nothing from the VOD. I can go on and on with the crazy numbers that YouTube stream VODs are capable of putting up. Like, here's me just playing Liza P, fucking Pinocchio Souls.
Oh, God.
16,000 average viewers, and the VOD has made over $51,000. I just don't
That's a
think
big money situation. Holy shit.
there's a very good argument to only streaming
Wow.
on one platform. There is no reason you shouldn't just multi-stream. Your viewers are going to pick the
Yeah.
platform they most prefer, and I think that it's nice to at least give them the option of choosing that for themselves too. And again, the potential for the streamer
Yeah.
is pretty huge. So yeah, anyway, hopefully this was helpful for anyone out there that's trying to decide what platform they should stream on. I think it should just be both. That's my advice, and to any streamers out there right now
The
that
issue with YouTube is that Ludwig talked about this, is that sometimes they'll take your stream down if their DMCA machine catches something that that like triggers it. So that's the bad thing about YouTube streaming. But otherwise, yeah, YouTube streaming is good. Yeah, like music.
only streaming on either YouTube or only on Twitch.
Yeah.
Really think you should just come in the middle and hold hands with both platforms and just, like the commercial, why not both?
Nope.
I really think that it's probably a good idea. I do want to say, though, regardless of what platform you're on, it's a very saturated market, so it's going to take a lot of luck. I've said this since the beginning of time. I'm not special. I got lucky. You could be making the best content the world's ever seen, turbo cheek clapping, slapping, banger, heater after heater, but at the end of the day, it's all about having that one lucky break that puts it in front of people's peepers and gets them interested. The only thing you have control over is the consistency. So that way you'll have like a catalog
That's what
of
a
videos.
lot of people fall off on. They are just not consistent. Yep.
That people can go back and watch after they might find that video that popped off through luck. So that's really about it. So yeah.
I think for a lot of people, like there's always, I think there are a lot of streamers. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, like a streamer that does get really lucky and then they totally fucking fall off because they don't capitalize on it. I think that happens a lot. I'll link you guys the video. Tons of it taking advantage. Yeah, like for me, like there have been moments for me where like I've known that like, oh shit, like I'm getting lucky right now. I need to farm this as much as I can. So yeah, because it's not consistent. Exactly. It's all luck. Stop coping. I don't think that it's all luck. I think that luck obviously plays a factor, but there's other elements of luck that exist outside of the spectrum of viewership. Like, for example, there's luck in terms of looking a certain way, in terms of spawning in a first world country, and in terms of, growing up with computers. And so there are a lot of like social and like economic like elements of luck that have to converge as well. And also just physiological, other things like that, right? It's hard work and luck. Yeah, mental health. Exactly. Yeah, there's going to be some people that just, they don't have the same mentality for it that other people do, right? So yeah, spawn point. Exactly. Who the fuck is the luck fairy? Cinder my way. Yeah, there we go. Some people get rated for 30K viewers. Next day, they were back down to 50. What was your lucky moment? I think that, so for me, there were a number of like kind of breakout things that I did that got really popular. So one example of that was that like I did a transmog video on how to rate people's transmog and how to choose your transmog. That got really popular on Reddit. And then I did the Moose's Loose event with like Twitch. Because, like, so we started streaming on Twitch in, like, 2016. Yeah, the Johnny Depp trial, that was really good, too. And that got a lot of people watching. And the steak video was also really good. Yeah, that was big. And then you had, like, a couple of other, like, WoW events that had happened in. Because, like, when we started streaming on Twitch, like, I don't know. Can I show this on Twitch Tracker? I don't know if I can. Let me see. Twitch Tracker. Okay, can I search Asmongold? Oh, wow. Who's that? And so if you look right here, I think it's about like right there. Can I go back and like search these? No, I can't. And so like April of 2019, you guys see this right here, right? Is like things were going very well, right? And then, viewers went up a lot and it basically like doubled, right? In like one month. And then I went from like June, I had 10,000 viewers. And then by August, I had almost 30,000 average viewers, right? And so things definitely went really well. And I'm actually surprised it's not higher at the beginning here, because whenever we were farming, it took us maybe like a couple of months, maybe like 3 or 4. Yeah, I think this probably makes sense, right? Yeah. No, I know what it was. So back then what happened is that we streamed at night and then we switched stream times, and then that's whenever the numbers popped off. So I think that it was like a few months, and at night we were like the top stream on Twitch after like maybe 3 or 4 months of streaming. like the top stream on the whole website. But this was at night, and there was less competition there too. And so that's one of the other reasons why, like McConnell and I were able to get like so many viewers back then. I think that was a huge factor. And I followed from Lost Ark. Yeah, exactly. And so like you can see here, right? Like July, 24,000 viewers. The next month, like 50,000 viewers. 60,000, then it went down, right? Obviously, because then I pretty much stopped streaming then. I came back and like immediately, I ended with like 20,000, came back to 40, and then it just actually kept going up. And then I took a break for a while. I came back again, 80,000 viewers with Final Fantasy. That's why my mom passed away, so I stopped streaming. Came back again, 100,000 viewers, 40,000 viewers, back up to 95,000 viewers, 47,000, 90,000 again, 49,000, and then I quit streaming on my main channel, right? That was it. And so, yeah, there you go. Algorithms were different back then too. Yeah, exactly. And so this was my old channel and everything. And like with the new one, I think like, let me see if I look at my new one. I try not to look at analytics a whole lot because I do and I don't, right? But I do try to avoid it a bit as much as I can. Yeah, things are going pretty well for me right now. I would say so. I would say this has been it's been a very good day, very good time for me.